Hello guys, today I want to show you how to change the all rusted strainer in the kitchen sink, which looks like this. Actually here it looks good, but underneath you see that brass and that nut, it's pretty much rusted, so it's gonna start leaking very soon. And we're gonna change that to the one made with PVC and stainless steel. That thing's probably gonna last forever. Right, let's go for it. So the first thing you want to do is to inspect the area, and you remove this P-drop entirely up to here. And since it might contain some water, you want to have sort of a bucket to dump that water into it. And you have to be careful, of course. You don't know how old your pipes are. You don't want to crack any. And you want to have some, old bed sheets or old fabric, just so you can wipe something out. And you want to close this sewer pipe. Okay, so what we gotta do here is and as I said, you work very carefully. You have your wrenches. Don't rush. Unless you want to change the entire P-drop. Okay, so when you change the old plumbing systems, sometimes you find something which is not expected. That happened in this case. So look at that. Basically, I noticed I noticed here. Let me show you. I noticed when this was attached like that, there was a little crack here, just going right up to here. And what happened is, when someone was tightening this nut, and this piece of brass was going to see inside, it's actually pretty wide, so it didn't go very well. So I guess too tight. And what they did, they tried to push it and then to screw it, and then what happened is because it was going inside too tight, it cracked here, and it was leaking a little bit, and I couldn't understand why. There are little drops here, and this is why. This pipe is too short, and sometimes maybe there was too much water from the dishwasher. It was going up and it was leaking down. So in this case, this entire P-drop will have to be replaced, which means the P-drop, the part for the dishwasher, and obviously this strainer. Now, since this video was just about changing strainer, I'm gonna continue, and then I'll make a next video how to replace the P-drop. So next thing is, you'll notice there is a nut here. So you're gonna grab it and you're gonna start rotating. That's very hard, but you will notice. basically want to remove this bottom part. You see, you have to remove not all the way. And while you unscrewing this, you might need to hold this strainer from the sink side so it doesn't rotate. I just hold it with my hand, and with the other hand I continue rotation. Okay, so that's how it was. Remove the gasket and clean up this area. So, interesting find. You will notice there is white paint here, and it didn't go through, or maybe it did at one point, but because there was no silicone around, it was just gasket. Somehow, maybe gasket became old and someone hold the paint, like, you know, put a lot of paint here, and it actually got underneath the gasket. So potentially it could flow down there. So what we're gonna do, even though the gaskets are nice, we're gonna put some silicone around gasket from here, from the sink, and from the bottom. And by the way, don't forget to clean up this part, the bottom part. This part has to be clean. Because of the paint there, I really do not want to bother with anything else but a good old handy dandy acetone. And then I will use this alcohol to wipe things out. You can use whatever you want for cleaning, but it has to be grease free when you're done your cleaning. So the good thing about these PVC strainers, that they barely require any tool. This one, the bottom part, can be screwed with just hand, and the top part, same here, there is a bolt, and it's used to screw in the bottom part. So you just have to put the top part in the sink. Obviously, you see there is a gasket. We're gonna put some silicone, and then you attach the bottom part underneath, and then you hold this screw. Probably gonna use a screwdriver or something to hold it, and then you just screw this with your hands. You don't need to put much pressure. As soon as you feel it doesn't go, you stop. As I said, gaskets might fail you, so we're gonna put the silicone here and here, and the gasket will be in between. Now I only have this oddly cut silicone, so obviously don't cut it like that. I just had this leftovers I'm gonna use, which makes my life a little bit complicated, but I'll try to do my best to put proper amount of silicone and not like the entire tube, which again is complicated. Now is the time to put some silicone right here. Okay, well that's too much, but I have no choice. And then I'll wipe off all this excess. The good part about this specific sink and this strainer, it fits perfectly. So I'll just have to wipe off the excess of silicone. Okay, so the silicone removed. Now take this bolt, drop it in. Now the second part. We're gonna attach this one and screw it into the bolt. And I have enough silicone right here, so I don't even need to put anything. But if you don't have, just put silicone around. Well, I have enough. Now, little tip, unless you have very wide screwdriver, flat screwdriver, regular one is not gonna fit. So I have this guy, which is, you know, fine. So if you have chisels, just be careful. Maybe this one is not sharp, and then this is gonna hold this this bolt, and then I'll continue using my hands and just, you know, tightening the bottom part. And then I'll wipe off the rest of the silicone. Okay, so you have to make sure that this strainer is centered, it's not moving, which is not in my case. Okay, see, it moves, actually shakes the sink. It's good enough. Now the bottom part is the easiest one. You just screw it in, and I'm not gonna put anything here, and it doesn't require silicone. It has a really nice gasket. When I fix this P-trap, I'm gonna put some compound, some pipe compound here. And yeah, you just screw it in, and that's it. Yeah. And I'm not gonna screw it entirely, but yeah, that's it. And then obviously you can cut it, and then you can put your P-trap back on. The only challenge you might have, like here I see that the old P-trap wouldn't fit, so I would have to, you know, play a little bit. I have some room here, so I'll be playing a little bit with the new P-trap. But yeah, you might consider that. Okay, so it's all nice, all stainless, and it's not gonna rust. That's all for today. Thank you guys for watching. As usual, let me know if you have any questions or comments down below. Cheers!